When you are an empowered woman, man or they, you will always know that disappointment is not the end. Always is a long word, a long time, but that's for integrated, lovely brains, okay? So if a person has yet to have integration, they do good therapy, and then some continue and or just do good personal development. Why? Because disappointment is a word, and what's really connected to it is an emotion. And so if you are consistently a piece of consciousness, I'm a 5D mystic in the enlightenment soul age group, you don't have laundry. You have what's called emotions, because you're also overflowing with humanity, because you're also a functional adult. And so here's where with the woo-woo, it's because I am attachment trauma informed, and I know not everybody in my sciences, educational stuff believe in mysticism, which is understandable. Pseudoscience, why? Because I bring human, spiritual, and spirituality elements together. So what I do know is that I'm always wanted. Why? Because I'm Maria. And I'm being true to who I am. You get to be yourself at IHP, and that's because spirituality, true spirituality, is a life of meaning and connection beyond the solo self. So emotions are matured. That's why aliveness, not pseudo-aliveness. Okay, so integration of the brain is something accessible to those who put their mind to being true to themselves and to knowing they're wanted and to getting their 0-1-year-old to be their own. Okay, so I'm attachment trauma informed. Emotions are that lovely reflection to look for the deeper meaning. Once you know that yoga doesn't bring demons out of you, because what comes up is all stuff that's yours. Thank you, Peter Levine. So emotions, reflection, look for the deeper meaning. Any sensation that comes up, attachment and trauma informed therapists, researchers, all of the good ones, they will inform you of everything that is about systemic thinking, I think is how they talk about it, and consiliency. So they know about Freud's stuff. It's yesterday's. It's not the only stuff. There's new stuff. The body keeps the score. Thank you, Bezel van der Kolk. The mind keeps the count. This is, I think, the Lisa lady. And then we have, again, Peter Levine, who shares muscles, bones, tissues. That's where trauma, memory, and charges and stuff like that is stored. And it's a lot of different topics. I integrate it. That's why pseudoscience lady again, okay? So we know where to find it. And I know where to find stuff that can help you to get to be yourself, okay? Let love guide you. You can't be in love with anyone if you're not in love with yourself first, which is why your 0-1-year-old needs you first. Otherwise, you're not going to be a free lover and you don't know how to flow with the rhythm. We do. And my polyamory community, come on over. Some people think that we're masochists. That's because they don't know healthy self-worth and they don't know secure attachment either. And then when you tell them about it, they say, yeah, that's hard because I live based on what society told me, my parents. Like, well, don't you know you can do whatever you want to do now that you're grown up? Emotionally, I mean, are you fulfilled inside? Because that's, okay, so your emotions, they're a reflection of what's going on inside of you. If you explore them with yoga, yeah, yoga can help you get ventral vagal nervous system toning exercises. Thank you, Bezel van der Kolk. No, Stephen Porges, Bezel van der Kolk for the other stuff. But he knows about Stephen Porges. Dr. Daniel Siegel knows about Stephen Porges. They even know about the internal family system model, and that person's name I forget, but I learned about that too. Okay, so once you're educated enough to know that evil, not a word that is from the biblical text for those of us who are educated. The philosophers, the religious biblical text, we use the word as educated people. Again, pseudoscience lady, and I'm a mystic, so I navigate the planes of the infinite. Yes, I do. Akash is what I call it. And actually here, this one's beautiful because it does represent what it feels like. Dark matter, dark energy. The relational field. Yeah, the heart of the sky, where everything comes from and where everything returns to. And so my lovely course, consciousness, is really great. Without consciousness, there's not change, and without change, there's not you. But some of us, we're a consistent piece of consciousness, which is why we don't ever feel changed. I feel more of myself. When I got into my restorative embodiment and my enlightenment soul age group, and I was like really settling in after 1, 2, 3, a bunch of light body expansions, then rainbow body, and then 2 more bigger bodies, and yeah, so I know all about the spirituality journey, Kundalini awakening, all of it. It's not traumatic, no. 4D, what they don't do is that they don't go to good therapy, they don't expand their window of tolerance, and they don't learn about their human body, and so they're on else's journey, saying they're special and anointed with crosses to bear. and they don't ever get out of it. I'm highly sensitive. I'm going to close myself up and never go out again. You see them online complaining when people give them good suggestions, like Nutshell Lady. She has this great video about how to work with panic attacks. You got one of the people commenting, so you're telling me I have to put up with it? Oh, wow. Well, it's not that you have to put up with it, that you can regulate your nervous system. There's the only person who can do it. You can learn to be comfortable in the uncomfortable. I know all about it. And that's it. And to know how to handle what comes up. Hey, chit chatter, we're good. We're not dying. We got blood work done. They're calling us, what is it, hypochondriac, making fun of our mysticism stuff. It's okay. We know we're not dying. So you can go away, panic story, whatever it is. We know why we love life. It's okay. Okay, so you do that. Again, you find yourself at a certain point being comfortable in the uncomfortable and asking people, hey, could you tell? Was I doing a good job at being able to be chillaxed while my body is literally having a panic attack? Yeah. Oh, yay, I succeeded. And why? Why would we want to do that? Because of harassment. That's why. Oh, not that type of harassment. No, more like, let me tell you how to lead your life because you shouldn't have these things. Oh, wow, that one really gets me all the time. Thanks, Peter. Peter Levine explained something about preemies, and I'm a preemie. And I have scoliosis. And he explained this because in one of my classes, I'm taking classes, attachment trauma. And so he explains how people with scoliosis who are preemies, traumatic. And I was like, so my panic attacks could just be related to all the freeze response coming out of my body. That can make sense too. And here's why 5D Collective and Mystics were good with the woo-woo, because science explains, spirituality explains, they go hand in hand. They're buddies. That's where unconditionally loving, this and that are true. The enlightenment soul age group, there's no laundry here. It's only a heart. It's a human heart. And it goes through a lot of transformations. That's amazing, by the way. So yeah, 4D. Leave them alone if you want to be on a human journey because they're just all over the Elsa journey and they don't get home to their 3-year-old hearts. So they don't know that disappointment is not the end. They say, dark night of the soul, ego death, again. And that's because their default mode network navigates this regulation from their own stuff that they're not healing. In fact, they only think that high rises are when you're in your shadow. And so like the person who thinks polyamorists are masochists, it's because when you don't know how to navigate out of the biochemistry of fear, which is rumination, which is actually going to be this energy that is your limbic system, your amygdala, and you're using the dark sides of neuroplasticity, so that inner war going on, yeah, and then they project it. I think of the squirrel from Cusco land. That's what I think about. So when you have people that are in that spectrum, you leave it alone. Sometimes you can pick them up in your energy sphere, but they're not really near you. It's a big energy sphere. And so we'll pick up year after year. I've picked up on it. I learned how to be like, okay, there's the ones who are in squirrel land. Oh, there's Cusco land. Oh, look, there's the ones who are on Elsa's journey. Oh, and there's the other mantles. Okay, so long story short, you don't need to protect yourself from energy. It's really just people's embodied brains and their nervous systems, and having fun with this one right now. Okay, so being present, it's easy for a 5D mystic in the Enlightenment Soul Age group. Come on over if you have questions for that. As for relationships, we know how to do the healthy boundaries, which is why polyamory is about compersion and sharing and talking, because we know every person is worthy. And in fact, the solo poly, we don't do the hierarchy thing, because I completely, when I heard that there are polyamory couples that give each other 1, 2, 3s, I was like, yeah, okay, that is codependent type something going on. And there's a way that those people are sharing a home with a scale that's definitely not, they don't know what healthy self-worth means. Because if you know healthy self-worth, you know compersion. It means I want you to be happy no matter what, and I would never ever in a million years put you down or up, because that's called grandiosity, which has low self-esteem, and shame also low self-esteem. That means we need a good therapist and personal development. So emotional lifters, not the ones that say emotions are hard, Maria. No, emotions are what you work with. And oh, look, thoughts, I can work with that too. Inner growth mindset. It's called mental intelligence, emotional intelligence, physical intelligence. When you overflow with humanity, divinity descends. Thank you, Sadhguru. It's not the divinity that other people talk about. It's just your restorative embodiment, and you can achieve it. I have it, and I share all about it and more. So again, remember, disappointment, not the end at all. Actually, it's called, I get to expand consciousness today, and I get to love even more than yesterday. because that's what you do with an open heart, an open mind, and an open body. It's somatics. So again, attachment trauma mystic lady here. Come and join us for self-help, personal development,